Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to welcome you to the Unit 5 DNA exam. I've got a brand new microphone. If you can't tell, I sound a lot clearer. In fact, I kind of sound like I'm on NPR, so this is All Things Considered. This is NPR. We talk really, really softly in a low voice, but speak right into the microphone. I'm sorry, I just had to get excited about that. I just like this new microphone a lot. So, moving forward. Two parts of the DNA exam that you're going to need to take care of. There's a comic strip and a very simple DNA sequence that you're going to take care of. So let's go ahead and start with the easy part, which in my opinion would probably be the DNA to mRNA, mRNA to protein. So I've given you a sequence of DNA. I want you to convert it to mRNA, and then using any amino acid chart that I've given you or any amino acid chart that you have, convert that into a sequence of amino acids. So remember that when you convert mRNA to amino acids, that you start with the start codon and end with the stop codon. So we don't need any of the other sequences either before the start or after the stop. So make sure that you go through that and label that appropriately, and you can insert that whole thing, the DNA sequence, the mRNA sequence that you transcribed, and the translated amino acid sequence, and put that into a keynote presentation. Up here at the top, there's a couple ways that you can do this comic strip, and I'm going to leave that open to you. I've offered Pixton as an example. You'll need to do that on a computer, but if you don't want to use Pixton, feel free to use any software that you feel comfortable with that you would be able to either draw or create a comic strip. So again, Pixton is just a example of what you could use. You're more than welcome to draw one on your own if you're artistically inclined or talented. Feel free to use any other website or resource that you have available. But the whole point here is to create a comic strip about protein synthesis, so you need to think about that process. Remember that it is a process that you are doing here. So we need to think about DNA as maybe a character being converted to mRNA. Where does that take place? mRNA to amino acids. Where does that take place? What does that process look like? You need to think about all these things when you create that comic strip. I know it seems like I'm leaving it a little bit open-ended, and I am, but I really, really, really want you to kind of flourish with this, so I'm leaving it open-ended. Alright, so when you're done with that, you can take a picture of it, take a screenshot of it, and then insert it into that keynote presentation. So the keynote presentation you're going to make for me is going to have two slides on it. One with the DNA to mRNA to amino acid sequence, and two with the comic strip associated with it. If you have any questions or clarifications, feel free to let me know, and I will be happy to help you. Have a great day, guys. We'll talk to you later.